Thank you so much to Gemma and Julia. Your talks have been great. I had trained a beginning, but now, thanks to you, that will not work anymore. Obviously, or of course, I will tell you a little bit from a practical viewpoint what we are doing in my company, in Xerox. In fact, what they have mentioned, my colleague have mentioned, we are trying to do it from our FM department. And what we say is that we're creating ecosystems to face today's challenges and tomorrow's tasks, so that everything you have mentioned can be implemented and individuals, the ones working at the offices, can carry out those tasks. To understand this very briefly, I'll tell you about our organization. I am in charge of real estate department and procurement, and I feed back to UK. UK is where our headquarters are. Under my umbrella, as you can see here, I have FM, procurement, and then other important issues, safety and health of employees. We're also concerned about environment. We want a sustainable office. We are also involved in business responsibility, social responsibility, and diversity and social diversity. Why Xerox FM comes here to talk to you about diversity? Well, because I had the chance, the opportunity to go through human resources, and that has been a legacy I have acquired. And I think this human approach, diversity approach, allows me to understand very well what the workplace should be like. Briefly, because we are a female department, well, any man is welcome, but by chance we are all women. I have 3 people in my team that feed back to me, report to me, plus other people that work at the office. We also have an expert in FM and purchasing or procurement. We also have someone in charge of fleet management. A vehicle is an essential element because we visit customers. And then we have a department focused on quality, environment, and safety and health, and social responsibility. Okay. When we meet in our work meetings, what do we do? Well, I tell my team we have 2 main missions. One is a strategic one, because we cannot lose sight of the fact that we spend money and we save money. That is, we have to spend money, we have to buy, but on the other hand, we also have to save money. So that is a very important strategic mission. Another mission, also very relevant, is to be able that all our employees working in our offices are safe at their workplaces, work comfortably, and they have all the means necessary to carry out their tasks. Some examples in this regard. A project we did entitled "I Am My Workplace." We put a title to everything we do. It was a change of the office place. In 2013, we created a different office and we changed our working methodologies back in 2013. This project came hand in hand with 52% of savings. I'm going to give you figures now. In the whole life of the contract, the lifespan of the contract, including the refurbishment work of the new building. We reduced the need of meters. The satisfaction rate of employees after this change was great, satisfied and very highly satisfied, 82%. Our office was more sustainable because we reduced the use of paper and energy, and also we became a benchmark, a model of reference for customers and providers who have come to visit our offices. But also other cost control actions have been implemented. The project consisted of the following. As they mentioned, my colleagues mentioned before, we created a workplace ready to cooperate, to promote teamwork, to promote innovation, that is to carry out the activity in the space required to do that. What have we included? We also included the change management. This is the part we carry out with people, first thinking groups, fresh thinking groups, diversity groups, social responsibility actions, health actions, and also some actions on active communication. What are those fresh thinking teams? Well, we have created these fresh thinking departments, and they are interfunctional employee teams. They have to work together to innovate in the way we carry out things. The first thinking team was created under the umbrella of the project I Am a Workplace, but that project was so successful that we have created further fresh thinkings, more multifunctional groups, generating actions and improving productivity and communication. We have set up fresh thinking teams focused on optimism, on how to handle the customer, or on how to improve communication actions within the company. They are all team-building actions. What are our diversity actions? We call them different actions, diverse people. Our president, Wilson, one of the first Xerox presidents in the 50s, was always loyal to diverse groups, working groups, because he thought that these working groups would result in different ideas. Each point of view of each individual provides greater value to the work of the others. We in Xerox Spain are highly committed with diversity. We started back in 2010 talking about diversity and equality of opportunities between men and women, but now we include other topics, as for example generational diversity. My colleagues have also mentioned this topic. We also include breed diversity, diversity of nationalities, because our world is more and more global and staff is more and more global. As for actions in this regard, we are already implementing the third equality plan. We got the Equality Award or label by the ministry in the first call in the year 2010. Last year we were awarded with the Intrama Award for the most cooperative company in terms of equality. We have participated in Papiconcilia. We also have dissemination actions at business schools. We have participated in the program Promociona. We also have welcomed some students to work with us for one day in Xerox, in our offices. We have implemented flexible policies, working policies, and we collaborate with business schools in terms of diversity practical cases. Furthermore, Xerox is a highly committed company. We like participating in other causes, generating value to the society, for the society. Our star cause is the Trail Walker Oxfam action. We organized this event together with other teams. For those of you who do not know the Trail Walker, it is the most important solidarity action held in Spain. It is a 100-kilometer walk in 32 hours. the trail walking. To participate, you need teams, 6 people. In each team, 4 of them go walking or running because they are 100 kilometers to be covered. Another 2 people are support people, to provide support to their colleagues. And to participate, each team has to gather €1,500. So it is an action that generates a lot of team building within the company. Last year we participated with 5 teams. We have been participating for 5 years, consecutive years, and it is a great action. We also participate with Ashoka. They are social entrepreneurs. We have signed an agreement, a collaboration agreement with ONCE, and we participate with other NGOs providing donations of printers. Let's go back to fresh thinking teams, because it is one of our most important actions. Well, diversity, inclusion, equality, social responsibility, environmental issues, everything is carried out through communication actions. What do we communicate? When to communicate? How to communicate? Our new spaces, workplaces, our new office, we have the opportunity of meeting and gathering to communicate good news, to say how long our trade worker teams have covered, or how long it has taken them to cover so many kilometers, to communicate an important contract with the customer. We also provide information on awards received, or any piece of news you may imagine, we communicate it straight away. We also use other communication channels, as for example our own intranet or news boards, but we like to use our office to communicate, to give updates. What about the future, next steps into the future? Firstly, let's take into account the generational diversity. That should be borne in mind. Now, in our offices, we have different generations with different methodologies, working methodologies. We have baby boomers, we have the X generation, Y generation, and in the future, Z generation. They are starting to join us with scholarships, traineeships, students who come to collaborate with us, and they need these working places, the ones they demand. They demand flexibility, they demand dynamism, they demand links, bonds, connections, and we have to provide them with those elements. The previous generations also have to be capable of teaching and conveying the experience they have acquired throughout their working years for Xerox. Furthermore, we also have to take legal requirements into account, topics in terms of information security, legal requirements, tax requirements, and what to do with all that documentation. Offices should be spaces that allow for information to be in a safe place, okay? It is very easy now to disseminate information through different channels, but safety has to be a must, and it has to be ensured. We also have to think also about working processes, how they are being digitalized, the steps to be taken for digitalization. For example, those that get more people involved, they are recurrent flows that are shorter and shorter, what to be printed, why should be printed, and where to store it. This is what we're working on right now. And this is our vision. Thanks so much for your attention.